Hey guys, welcome to the video. My name is Olivia and this is the first video I've ever recorded for like a personal channel. I certainly didn't expect the topic to be so self-indulgent, but yeah, I just really hope that my essays can provide you some inspirations during this very intense application period. Both my Common App essay and my Brown supplement essays will be shared in the video, and without further ado, let's just get into them. Also, just some basic facts about my application. I'm an international student, I'm from China, and I didn't apply for any financial aids. I applied through early decision and my major is comparative literature and political science. So yeah, that's basically it, and let's finally get into the essays. My friends are no longer surprised if I pull out a medieval manuscript during lunch and start laughing at the incomparable humor of Julian of Norwich. I always enjoy diving into texts from all times and places. Last summer, I did comparative research of American and Chinese feminist novels with a Cornell professor, and that reinforced my passion for comparative literature. My interest also lies in political science. During a summer program at Yale, I researched the treatment of women in the U.S. judicial system. Most recently, my IB biology teacher sparked my curiosity in genetics, and now I'm studying sex-linked inheritance. While I explore a variety of academic fields, feminist writing, women in judiciary, and the biology of sex, a focal point unites my seemingly unrelated interests. I hope to understand the multitudes of questions that stem from gender. With Brown's open curriculum, I can continue studying medieval female writing through the course Women's Words, Writing in Medieval Europe and Japan in the Comparative Literature department. I also hope to conduct research on transnational feminism with ProfessorNej Al-Ali from the Wilson Institute for International and Public Affairs. Additionally, I look forward to taking neurobiology and cognitive science courses, which will help me understand gender from a scientific perspective. At Brown, I possess the freedom to explore my passion for gender as it relates to many areas and learn with students who, like me, that wish to draw knowledge across disciplines to tackle complex problems. The school I go to, United World College, is an unusually diverse place. Due to cultural differences, people often disagree on important issues. I have noticed that students feel insecure talking about the topics that matter the most to them. For example, if abortion should be legal or the economy should be regulated, because they worry about being judged negatively. This observation propelled me to take part in the Global Issue Forum. As a co-leader, I organized a platform to gather all students and faculties to discuss global topics. In our bi-weekly forum, we talk openly about sex trafficking, Libyan civil wars, and China's investment in China. All voices are welcomed in the discussion, and people feel free to have deep conversations on sensitive issues. It is always a pleasure for me to see that intense debate brings our community closer together. At Brown, I would love to create such a safe space where students can talk freely on challenging topics. I hope to join the organization Let's Talk China to encourage discussions about controversial issues related to China. By shedding light on Huawei and Xinjiang issues, I could help to create thoughtful conversations that would break stereotypes. I also hope to join the Journal of World Affairs to extend my exchange of diverse perspectives beyond campus. With Brown's politically engaged and socially conscious student body, I hope to build an environment that is comfortable for everyone, where we can all express ourselves openly and celebrate our differences. I have a cabinet in my bedroom where I keep my fragments of home. Because of my parents' work, I've lived in 7 apartments for more than a year and numerous others for shorter periods. Moving around made me skilled at saying goodbye and adapting to new environments, but it also made me very sensitive to memories because I tend to feel disconnected from my present. My perception of home scattered amongst all the places that we lived in. Each time I needed to pack and leave for our next apartment, I was forced to come up with my own definition of home. Is all my yellow copies of Little House collection, once my childhood favorite? Or is it the family photo we take every spring festival in our ridiculously formal clothes? Going through those mementos reminds me of the life that I could have had. In my 26-inch suitcase, I packed everything that would transform our new apartment into the next place that I may call home. After I arrived, the first thing I do is to slowly take the precious pieces out and place them in a cabinet. As soon as they find a settled place, my concept of home becomes solidified. They remind me of the unchanged things in life and the people who will warm me wherever I go. I could live in an empty room with a mattress, but as long as I'm surrounded by my mementos, I feel that I am at home. Writing my diary is like walking around a lake that surrounds my house. As the brisk wind sweeps away fog, my mind awakes in the morning air. The calm surface reflects sunlight into pieces of gold, which I try to pick up like memories. In my diary, I write about that day, but really, I'm with my past, my family, a sentence someone said one day, books I've read, and sometimes my childhood. I learned to be at peace with my thoughts, while I learned to be at peace with myself. I've kept a diary for 12 years. At first, I wrote because I wanted to be heard. My parents founded their own company when I was a kid. As the business evolved, all we did was moving to new cities and fitting in. Always traveling and resettling, I had a lot on my mind, but I felt like my parents never had time to listen. So I started writing. Dear Diary, today I imagine a mysterious person on the other side of the page, eagerly reading every word I had to say, even though it was just the naive monologue of a little girl. As I grew up, I hoped not only to be heard but also understood. The anonymity of my imagined reader no longer satisfied me. I began writing my diary like I was conversing with Laura, my favorite character from Little House in the Big Woods. I wrote honest confessions to Charlie from The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I jotted earnest inquiries to Jiang Zai, a female poet. I chose my imaginary readers based on the wishful idea that we were similar, so they would understand me. My life kept changing, and so did the reader of my diary. When I left home to attend boarding school for the first time, I opened my diary on the train. At that moment of feeling adrift, I began writing to San Mao, a writer and feminist pioneer in the late 20th century China. San Mao studied alone in Spain in her early years, and I found comfort as well as inspiration from our shared experience. As my diary unraveled my anxiety for the unknown, I saw San Mao's silhouette reflected on the window. She was roaming the empty street of Madrid, sketchbook in hand. Staring at her figure, I let my thoughts burst through the pages while the train hurtled into new skylines, past old landscapes. My diary is a stack of letters I would never mail. Whether my imaginary readers were real or fictional, living or late, I interpreted their lives and voices to be what I needed most, a mirror for my own life and voice. I know that they never respond to me. Nevertheless, their presence is felt, and as I found courage through their stories to reflect it on my own. As I grasped at the connection between my experience and that of my imaginary readers, I saw similar connections in real life and began to step out of my diary. In some ways, everyone is keeping a diary of their own, and we all eagerly wanted to be heard and understood. At UBC, I got involved in a creative writing club. On silent evenings, we gathered in a room and read out our poems aloud. In others' work, I catch the shadows of my own and listen to the one's unspeakable emotion being articulated. That is how we nurture our inner selves while connecting with the world. Solitude is like a rain, written Maria Rilke described in one of his poems. It comes from the sky, the sea, and the remote plains. My diary told me how to be comfortable on rainy days. Being in dialogue with myself does not isolate me. Instead, it allows me to create, to explore, to project myself into the world, and to connect with a heart of strength and empathy. Okay, so that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comment section. You can also subscribe me if you like the video. I guess there will be more videos coming, but I'm not sure. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye. Good luck.